you some bacon now.
Yo, it's your boy, Afro Shinobi, bro. And today, bro, you know, I've been seeing too many takes around in the superhero community, or fan community, or nerd community, nerd culture, basically. First, you know, Melanie Mac go boom talking about Rise of the TMNT, saying it's trash when literally could look up clips. I can literally show you a clip right now.
We had one and nobody watched it, which I disagree with this. I don't think this version of the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles version, I don't think she's cute. I don't. And again, race has nothing to do with it. It's just a very ugly art style. 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 Ugly art style.
And then you got this one nigga talking about Batman and him crying about being a fascist, and it was one joke of a whole Blue Beetle trailer. You know, everybody's going crazy. But the most disrespect I've heard all day was that superhero games are the same?
There's no need to feel down, I said, young man.
Let's talk about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe. I do type of different type of content, but this is the thing I want to talk about because I did want to do Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, but you know, I don't know about now, bro. I really don't know.
What's good on YouTube? It's Lajune here, and I'll be back at it with another video. Now, today is going to be pretty controversial. Today, I'll be talking about why I feel like the superhero gaming community is very basic. So without further ado, let's get into it. So with the recent news with the Suicide Squad game being supposedly delayed, even though it's not official, the people reporting on this are very reliable. So 9 times out of 10 it's going to end up getting delayed. And supposedly for this delay is because of the fan backlash and also they want to polish up the game. Now it's understandable with them wanting to polish up the game, but the main reason why I'm making this video is for the fan backlash. So let's go back in time. So for the past 10 to 15 years of superhero gaming, it's always been in that same single player genre for the longest. Now I find this pretty interesting because with gamers, they become very biased when developers try to do something new in the superhero genre. I'm not talking about the overall genre, I'm talking about the superhero genre. It's always met with that same quote. They should have stuck with the formula with Spider-Man and Batman. But I have to ask you this question. Isn't gaming meant to evolve and be different?
Okay, so about you saying it should be evolving and gaming should be evolving, right? Well, you're almost at the mark, but quite not all the way there. That still don't add up either. Because you can't really compare Batman Arkham to Spider-Man because they're totally completely two different games. The only similarities I can see is hacking the cell tower with the hacking devices in those separate two games, or the fact that they have the same combat system, which no, they really don't. Only like the dodge and like the counter, but that's pretty much it. That's only two differences. And the fact that you are completely talking about, like, how is it bland necessarily? The only reason I'm going over my words like this is because it doesn't make sense. Like, it's not pinpointing. It's not being biased. It's because those games are objectively good. And they have characters that are already popular and that already make a lot of money. So, of course, they're going to bank and sell. They're going to sell and get back. With Suicide Squad, it's like they just coming up in the limelight more recently because of the James Gunn movie. You know what I'm saying? It's like people, if they see Suicide Squad, they're kind of tempted. But when you see Spider-Man, you're like, oh shoot, Spider-Man, Batman, I might as well play that. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying though, but at the same time, I don't.
Well, in different genres, but it's always met with that same quote that it should have just stuck to the formula and be just like Spider-Man and Batman. Now, there are perfect examples of this, like Marvel's Avengers, Gotham Knights, and possibly Marvel Midnight Suns. So for Marvel's Avengers, I have to say this is pretty much the most perfect live service setup that I've seen ever in my life fumbled. When you think about it, it's the Avengers. There are a lot of characters that are on the Avengers that could have been added into the game as DLC and could have had story expansions and new missions for in-game players to play, and just overall a rotation of everything that a live service does. It's legit perfect for an Avengers game. And unfortunately, it fumbled. And what is the thing that you hear from this? It should have just stuck to a single player and just been like Spider-Man or Batman.
Now, there's many reasons, not just because it fumbled and people kept comparing it, but even the people that like live service games said Avengers was a trash live service game, which in retrospect, it's true. There's other live service games that are better and less glitchy. Might I add the number one on the list, Fortnite. Fortnite is a live service game. It has more stuff better than the Avengers. The cosmetics, I'm pretty sure, even more better than what the Avengers game has been doing. But that's kind of complicated to compare them because, well, you can't really compare Fortnite between Avengers and, like, in other live service games, because Avengers has a specific formula, like taking on an area or taking an area and defeating armies, while you can just do pretty much anything on Fortnite now because of Creator 2.0. So honestly, you can't really compare those games, but I'm just giving it something really a close comparison. The reason why it flopped was because the microtransactions, because it was not really that needed, and plus the DLCs were just kind of boring, and the only thing that was really good about it was trying to see new characters, which half of them were kind of echoes, and some of them were new. The only new characters we ever had was like Black Panther and Spider-Man and Hawkeye, who had original abilities, but then Hawkeye didn't come first, but Kate Bishop did, and Kate Bishop is also an Echo character, and Bucky's an Echo character too, and Jay Foster an Echo character too. So you kind of see how people really didn't react to like the DLC characters that much because they were the same thing over and over again we already gotten before.
So let's dwell into Gotham Knights. Now, I feel like Gotham Knights personally for me was a overall fun experience. Even with me playing on PC, it was pretty bad, but once I got it to the point where I was at 60 FPS and higher, I enjoyed myself. I like the combat, I like the character builds and how different they are from each other, and overall the feel for it. But it just really felt like something was missing from it when it comes to the gear and the modding system. And this game had a battle to fight that was probably going to end up losing regardless, because it was getting compared to the Batman series, and you pretty much can't top how much popular that is compared to Gotham Knights, with it being so different, being an RPG compared to Batman Arkham series being just a single player focused game. So it was pretty much a battle that was going to lose. And it just feel like, unfortunately, the superhero genre when it comes to gaming is just stuck in one box. If it's not a single player, just like Spider-Man and like the Arkham series for Batman, it's pretty much an L game. And tell me that I'm not right about that statement, that people don't think that.
Okay, you are wrong about that, because guess what? This mobile game that was an Avengers game was doing more better than the Marvel's Avengers game that's on console and PC. You know what I'm saying? Let that sink in. I can see like gameplay. I can't remember the name of it, but I did have it downloaded. I'll show a screenshot of it or whatever. If I don't, I don't. But I remember specifically that game was going crazy, and a lot of people say you could customize your own character. You can make like a different universe, Captain America, any other superhero you can make. You can make your own version of that character. I picked Spider-Man, of course. I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man goes to me, to be honest. But stop. Getting too off topic. But yeah, it's different. But you talking about saying like how superhero games are stuck in one box. You think that they won't innovate over time? You see, we're getting to like a new generation of games soon, bro. We'll be getting to new generation games where console games will get more bigger maps for free roam, more innovative technology for newer games. And to be honest, they really didn't have a chance either, because they had to go from the combat from that to Arkham Knight, which you can't really top that. So I understand from a fan's perspective, like, yeah, the fans were expecting way too much from this game, but also y'all saying that it was the greatest game ever. It was mediocre. Like, it wasn't too bad, it wasn't too good. It was through the middle. I like some of it, but after the story, you'd have nothing with it. There's no DLC. They didn't really talk about the DLCs at all. They didn't really talk about none for the future game. It just felt like a free mode story. It felt like a free mode story, but it wasn't. It was an RPG at the same time. So they didn't know the direction of the game was going to be at all. But I get what you were saying with that. Like, it was missing something, and they should have. Something else stupid you said, kinda, and I want to rephrase that. You said superhero games are only stuck in one box. No, it isn't. And honestly, if you want to say the free roam aspect is only bland, look at other games that have recreated that same thing and improved upon it. Red Dead Redemption, Ghost of Tsushima, a lot of games that really benefited off of that type of combat while still having an online service behind it. Ghost of Tsushima had an online service behind it. It wasn't the focus, but hey, some people played it. It might have not been that good, but hey, some people still played it. Red Dead Online, Hey, listen, it's alright to me, but some people played it and they still liked it, but it wasn't the main component of the game. If they could have sold Suicide Squad like that, then I would be hit. Then I would be locked in. But now it's like it's gonna be like a whole loop. It's like, what's the point of this game gonna be? All these traversal when the map looks kind of small. I'm not gonna lie, the map do look kind of small for real for a next gen game. To be honest though, but that's just my opinion.
I have to ask, if you get upset for developers trying to do a live service superhero game, which was only attempted one time, which was Avengers, why not keep that same energy when these developers release the same single player superhero game for the past 10 to 15 years?
Because we want the same games we already had before. Like I said, I'm not afraid of going outside the box. If anybody has good ideas, spin them. But I don't want a whole live service game where I gotta pay extra just because of that. I already paid like $60, $70 for the game. Why do you have the nerve to sell other stuff? I get DLCs, but why single pieces of skins? Why can't we have like a DLC pack where like it could like 5 skins, maybe 10 skins in one pack, and that's it? Like, bro, that makes no sense. At that point, it's like y'all grasping for straws for money. Like, bro, aren't you already confident that people are gonna buy the game already? It doesn't add up at all with the argument you saying like, oh, this, and that. Why aren't y'all up in arms? Like, all of us are biased. We're not biased. We just don't want the same stuff over and over again that is going to fail. It is going to objectively fail. Because a lot of people saw Avengers and it already spoiled the fun for some superhero games. So people are kind of lenient. Because why do we always have to keep these RPG slash stuff elements in here when we could just play by ourselves? Literally, the Rocksteady literally told us themselves that you need an online connection for this game, even when you play it by yourself. So think about it. In the future, when a server shut down, or maybe y'all, I'm gonna bring this up, might make you mad, but honestly, I don't care. It's true. Some of y'all be saying, if not your type of game, then don't play it. Fine then. More people don't play the game. Y'all keep saying that. And then guess what? Months, 2 years later, plus I'm giving 2 years max. If it dies a year, that's tough. But if it dies, the servers die with it. The people ain't coming if you saying that. So keep that in mind if y'all want to keep saying that. But it's whatever. It still stands. They trying to be Fortnite so hard. Like, and I'm gonna prove that point later in the video. But there's a second video he made about Suicide Squad. It was a delayed video. Now, this is where I go deep into topic and what I think he's actually really wrong throughout the entire video. And I'm not just saying that just to be like hypocritical or quote unquote biased, but I'm generally thinking that he does not think in, hey, he probably like these type of games. Shoot, go ahead. Go play your anthems. Go play all of that. But don't say that the superhero games are bland just because you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? It feels like you're kind of biased yourself saying that too. And you know what? That's fine. We all have our biases. But you can't just keep saying the same stuff saying superhero games are bland when in the free mode story, after you complete the story, there's other activities you can do after. And hey, when you complete that story, there's more DLCs coming after. And there's more stuff. Maybe next Spider-Man game will be more. It'll make you. It's enough replayability to come back and jump back into it and replay it over and over and over again. And even if the first Spider-Man game kind of got repetitive and kind of got boring after you kept replaying it, there were still some people, including me, replaying the Insomniac Spider-Man game all day because we just love the story, we love the gameplay. It doesn't matter because people sometimes don't even give a freak about DLC. As long as it's a good story and good mechanics and good everything, good graphics, whatever you want out of a game, that's still gonna make them play the game even more and tell more people to buy the game and actually try it out. See, if Suicide Squad actually had that type of thing, they would be in a situation. But no, everybody, including me, are saying this game is aka DOA on arrival. Dead on arrival, basically. If you don't know, I don't know.
What's on the YouTube? It's Lajune here, and we back at it with some Suicide Squad. Now today, we do not have good news. So it has been officially confirmed that Suicide Squad has been delayed again. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so I just woke up from a nap just like a few minutes ago as I'm recording this video, and I saw that Suicide Squad got delayed. Now, supposedly it got delayed because of the backlash from when it got revealed at the PlayStation event. Now, I just have to say, if that was the main reason why it got delayed, on God, the internet, bro, because you always complain about a game that you're not even gonna play, and you just ruin it for people that actually are excited for these type of games. So personally, just for me,
Okay though, but you don't exactly know that people wasn't excited for this game. Say for instance, I was literally excited for this game. I was literally campaigning this game being actually on par with the Arkham series before even seeing any gameplay. That's why I was just like, I'ma be, chilling out. It's gonna be a good game. I was just hoping for it. But what I saw was disappointing to me, and so I didn't think it was a good looking game. Because they didn't really give me nothing for me to even buy the game to even say it's good. First off, they showed me the gear stuff, which I've seen in 2 video games this year and last year, Avengers and Gotham Knights, which I already was said like, bro, I don't want to keep playing a certain mission chain just to get a certain gear so I can play this mission and that mission. Like, it was stupid. Like, why can't I just jump in and play it? And I understand those are the type of games you jump in and play, but that's being, if you want people that are casual, quote unquote casual gamers to really play this, or people want people to play this, if you want more people to play this, then you have to make the casual players actually care. If they've seen things in the past that remind them of certain things of this game, that this game is showing, like from Avengers or Gotham Knights, they're going to avoid the game, because casuals don't know. They just want to play a game and that's it. So if they don't like what they're seeing, they don't like what they're seeing. Even the hardcore niggas don't like what they're seeing either. And they trust Rocksteady. We trusted Rocksteady. But guess what? They did not. It doesn't seem like they're delivered though. But don't say F people or F the internet when honestly it wasn't the internet's fault. It was just because Rocksteady was just showing something that didn't look appealing to people. That's what a trailer is supposed to do, appeal people. But guess what? The trailer did not appeal none of us. Not even a single demographic of people was actually appealed. Except for people that just want to play a game. Which is simple. It's just a game.
that's on God. I'm probably gonna bleep it out, but you know what I mean. At the end of the day, a delay like this could mean another thing as well, that they're just trying to polish up the game just to make sure when it officially comes out that it doesn't get any bad reviews or just get compared to other games or just have a bad launch in general. So it could mean two things, but hopefully I'm leaning on the side that, they just wanted to delay it so it could be at a perfect state when it releases, so they can have content at a base where they just don't have to take breaks in between, so they can just have DLC stacked up for us, hopefully. But we're going to see when the game does officially come out. They delayed it till like the end of the year, so if it's going to be end of the year, it's probably going to be in January of 2024 or probably December or something like that. But then again, it's really hard to pick which way they're going to go because there's a lot of games coming out at the end of this year that is going to be very, very high competition.
But there was something that I want to touch on. While I'm making this video, he actually made a video. A couple of days ago, a couple hours ago, I can't remember, he posts, shorts randomly though. But there was this one post he talked about the DLCs for Suicide Squad. So let's get to that too, because it's funny how he said it, because I want to say something too about that.
So on the FAQ page, it was confirmed that all the DLC story missions and playable villains coming to Suicide Squad will be free. And I have my worries about that, because the downfall to Marvel's Avengers is the fact is they released DLC and heroes and expansions for free and lost out on so much money just because of that.
That's the reason. That's the reason. That's the reason it failed. I'm sorry about my harsh language, but my nigga, are you serious? Bro, the Marvel's Avengers game failed because of the massive glitches, the stupid exploits of the game, and then finally, the updates that we should have gotten on day one. See, the only reason why I'm kind of mad at this part, what you just said, because we've been waiting on constant updates for this game for the longest, useful updates that could have been useful to the characters, but we never gotten it, because either Hawk wasn't jumping hard enough, you could barely even climb buildings with this nigga. It's like he was useless. I mean, you could climb buildings, but that will only get you so away because the barrier would just shoot you down. The same thing with Spider-Man. Every time you wall run, even when you're like below the limit where you can go up or below the barrier, you still glitch out of control. And that was a big problem, because half of the mobility people were trash. Everybody was so slow, but it took them near the end of the game to finally give us an update where Hawk can actually jump far and be faster instead of being all sluggish. Hulk is not that slow. Hulk is not that sluggish. He's actually very fast, including fact even in the comics. So yeah, I just believe that Square Enix just gave us the update like, here's a cookie. We're gonna leave. Cause I feel like they've made money. Don't say they haven't made money. Cause I feel like you saying the only reason why they failed, they didn't fail at no money. Don't get it twisted. They made half of that money off of the MCU skins too. And like I said, and this is where I'm gonna talk about the characters of Suicide Squad. This is my own in-depth analysis about this. About Avengers is that it could have been free to play. And then I guess the campaign you had to pay for. That would have made it 100% so people can try it out and see if they really wanted it. And this is why I like betas, because betas show if this game has longevity, or at least game demo. And this gameplay looks trash. It doesn't show me nothing except people telling me the colors look beautiful. Oh my gosh, here's a Superman skin for King Shark. Bro, I want to play as Superman, not the Suicide Squad. What the I was about to say something. Ooh, I was going to say a cuss word. I don't want to say that right now. I'm a Christian. But bro, literally, half of the time, we either got half of the characters are the same, and don't tell me they aren't the same, because they are. We got Harley that just shoots guns and hits him with a hammer. At least she got a hammer instead of just guns. Let's see. Deadshot shoots guns. King Shark jumps around fast but shoots guns. Captain Boomerang fast but shoot guns. The nigga don't even use his boomerang. Why does he need a gun? He got the Speed Force. Use your boomerang and throw it fast. These enemies should be going out easily. But they had to copy the third person shooter type thing because, I don't know, Fortnite's a big thing. I guess they want to capitalize off of that. And see what happens games fail is because they try to be the next Fortnite. They try to be the next COD because they accept the fact. But Fortnite is free to play. You can just log in and play. And the skins and the cosmetics come last. The same thing with Warframe. They be always saying like the only reason why this game is failing because they didn't make them pay for DLCs or like skin packs or whatever. Nigga, Warframe has literally free stuff all the time, and they ain't failing at all. So don't pull that either, bro. And a lot of people, and I remember this one comment from the video too. I can't find the comment still, but I can't freaking speak. Specifically, I remember a comment stating that they only want like these quote unquote hardcore gamers only want spam games and like Tekken or Mortal Kombat. What was so funny about that whole statement was the fact that they said Mortal Kombat and Tekken was a spam game, when it really isn't. Mortal Kombat, there's an actual mechanic with some characters. I don't know if it's all. I haven't played Mortal Kombat in a while. I haven't played 11, which I'm planning to play on the channel, by the way, if y'all want to see that too. But there's a thing where you can deflect attacks. Like with Johnny Cage, for example, if you press the deflect button, you can catch them while they spamming and catch them when they move. Simple as that. So it can deflect them from spamming. So that spamming junk, it don't fly either. Alright. So we're close to the end of the video though. But I want to wrap it up and show that this is how accurate the Suicide Squad is supposed to be and basically is. And you cannot lie to me that this is peak gameplay. That you wouldn't play this game, and that this wouldn't be the Suicide Squad game that everybody would have wanted. And now, here it is. Drum roll, please. Yes, sir. This is the Suicide Squad game that we needed. Now, listen. For the price of $15, maybe $20, you can get this whole game. No DLC half the time. Just raw villains. And they got the whole cast of the Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. And they comically accurate. What more could you want? Literally, you can play as any character, including the heroes. You don't have to wait for no other game. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League? More like Avengers 2.0. You can go get the Lego game instead. You got Captain Boomerang, Harley Quinn, Deadshot, and King Shark with no gun. he can use his raw fist and start fisting his enemies. And also can dance. Yeah, that nigga can dance. He hit that too, bro.
Hey, first things first, when I